Greetings, happy people, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Kitara Gray Show. I hope through this dialogue you are inspired to take calculated risk, evaluate your limiting beliefs, and live a God-filled purpose life. So let's welcome our guest, Michaela Little. Hi. All right, Michaela, we got to get right into this because we are in a crazy market right now, like crazy market.
It's insane.
So before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who and what has shaped you into the woman that you are?
Okay. Well, my name is Michaela. I am from Memphis. I have a beautiful family.
Yes.
I have the sweetest husband ever. I have two bonus kids, two fur kids, and in my spare time, I like traveling, gardening, and cycling. And in reference to what made me to the woman I am, I would contribute that to my mom because she is definitely my biggest supporter.
Yes.
She has always been, and she definitely helped mold me into the woman that I am today.
Wow. Well, I mean, moms are like always for the win, right?
Always.
Always for the win. Okay, so what has made you become a realtor?
It was actually my husband's idea. So at the time, I would always express, my interest in real estate. So we would, on Sundays, we would do like a whole Sunday fun day kind of thing. We would go and go to open houses and look at them, and we would go to new builds and look at them. And when the pandemic occurred, I started to work 45 to 50 hours a week, and it basically was no time to be a mom or a wife. I would leave home at 7 o'clock in the morning, get home at 6. So we just prayed about it and decided that it was in our best interest for me to do something where I could be present more. And so my interests, based on my need to be more present with my family, led me to real estate.
So wait a minute. You became a realtor during the pandemic.
My last day at my prior job was December 31st of 2020. Wow. And I started real estate school last March.
Y'all are going to tell me God was not doing some crazy things. That's crazy. So tell us a little bit more. I know you mentioned your husband and being a mom and your fur babies. Can you tell us about your family dynamic and what makes your family so special?
What makes my family special? I don't think that it's any more special than yours.
I take that.
It's me, my husband. I have two bonus kids. They are 13 and 15. My bonus son is autistic, so he has a lot of personality. And I have two fur babies. I have an 8-month-old golden doodle and a 9-year-old pit lab mix. And so mornings when school is like chaotic, I'm like trying to feed the dogs, trying to let them out, trying to make sure kids' lunches are packed, trying to fix breakfast. So mornings can be a little chaotic, but we make it do what it do.
They make it do what it do. I mean, that makes your family special. That is yours.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's mine.
I love that. So you became a realtor during the pandemic. So this just makes this question even more fascinating to me. Tell us about your first big close that made you confident you were living like God's purpose for your life.
So I would say that my first big close would have been one of my, would have been Miss Moore. So she was an elderly client and she had a lot of accommodations. I had to accommodate for her grandkids. She had a lot of moving parts. At any rate, with her, I was able to get her house at listing. I was able to secure also her a warranty, and the seller also paid some of her closing costs, which is a huge deal because this is a seller's market. And so usually in the seller's market, the buyer pays all of the closing costs. Well, I was able to negotiate in the seller's market that the seller pays some of her closing costs. So it was just, couldn't believe that I was able to do that. But cool. I was just like, okay, I can do this. Like I was able to, in the seller's market, be able to pull it off. I was like, I can do this.
You can do this.
I can do this.
In fact, you can sell a house during the pandemic, but then that you got the seller to like pay
for some stuff.
That is
and at least. And because now, people are, paying 10, 20, sometimes $40,000 over list price. And I was able to get hers for what they listed.
Whew, y'all need a realtor. Y'all know who she got you. Okay. How has the pandemic, I know we kind of mentioned it, how has the pandemic affected the market and your ability to accommodate your clients?
So I think with sellers, I think the pandemic has helped them significantly. They get to basically it's their game. It's the balls in their court.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot easier for sellers. As far as buyers, I think that it can be more challenging. We have to be more creative in ways when it comes to us actually winning deals and
Mm-hmm.
winning the contract. But we push through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it also requires us to be a lot more patient. I think that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people feel like, oh, I'm going to buy my house and I'm going to find my house in 30 days. And that's just not the reality of it. Whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market
Mm-hmm.
or a pandemic or not, it just takes time and patience. And I think that through the pandemic, people have just had to have a more understanding of the whole process
Mm-hmm.
and how patient you actually have to be.
That
And
is
also,
true.
not that you want to settle, but actually having realistic expectations, because I feel like people
Mm-mm.
watch a lot of HGTV and they feel like, oh well, they bought the house for 30,000, they put 80 in it, so the house is sell for 110. I'm like, that's just not
Mm-hmm.
how this works. It's based upon the market, based upon what other homes in the houses were selling for,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of how much they paid for the house or how much they put into the house.
Uh-oh.
That's just not how
She
it
see, I
works.
was watching too much
Too much
HGTV.
TV. It's like, let's come back to reality.
That is true.
Yeah.
That I'm trying not to chuckle and lose my
Yeah,
little talk show laugh.
Sorry.
So, what are 3 things you would tell someone considering buying a home soon?
I would tell them to save, save,
Ooh.
save, save. Regardless of what type of loan you have, whether it's an FHA loan with 0 down or conventional, whatever it is, you still need to save your money. I also tell them to do their research, just so they fully understand, what to expect when looking for a house. And then to hire a realtor, because you need someone to work for you. I think that sometimes people feel like they can do it on their own, but everyone needs someone to help them with doing the home buying process.
Mm-hmm.
You need someone to work for you. So definitely hire a realtor.
So, some of these people out here, you saying trying to buy a house without a realtor.
Yes, people try to buy houses without realtors, and they try to sell houses without realtors. And it just doesn't work
just
like
advise
it.
against
It can happen, but it just does not go as seamless or as stress free, because when you hire a realtor, I take on the stress. I do everything for you. I'm making the phone calls. I'm setting the appraisals. I work for you. When you do it yourself, you have to deal with your everyday job in addition to then your job becoming looking for you a home.
Wow. That's some good advice. I didn't know that people were, that was a thing.
That
I
is
knew
a
some
thing.
people do it, but they have a little bit of experience. It's like you trying to sell your home.
Mm-hmm.
But for people that have no experience at all, that seems very, very risky to me.
It does,
Oof.
but they do it.
They do it. All right. So what is the biggest risk you would say you've taken in life, and was it worth it?
I would say the biggest risk would be me quitting my last job. So prior to me getting real estate, I was in healthcare, and I did that for 11 years. So all I knew was healthcare, that world, the 8 to 5, 9 to 5 work life. And when I decided that that wasn't what I wanted to do anymore, my husband and I, that was a big thing, because I didn't have any prior history or any prior work experience in real estate. So I had to go from one totally different industry, from healthcare to sales. And so that was a huge leap of faith.
Wow.
But, we're making it work. You have to work hard.
That's
Anything
good.
you want to do, you have to work hard at it. But, faith without work is dead. So my faith plus the work, it's been fun.
That's amazing. So this is an interesting question, because I've always wondered, what is the daily life of a realtor? Is it busy? Do you set your own schedule? And, how does that go? Like once you get, I guess, a deal, then what happens?
So, so let's just say we're under contract, or I have a client. So a lot of my time consists of emailing. I am then scheduling inspections and appraisals and talking to lenders. I do a lot of time showing houses, looking on the market, driving around, because often some houses that are on the market aren't listed. And then a lot of it also goes back into also education. I have to consistently educate myself on, the new policies and things that are changing, and, new construction and things like that. And then also marketing. I'm having all the time, market and figure out, the new trend and what's going on. So that's usually what it is. I make my own schedule for the most part, but some days I don't. It depends on what my client needs, or what's been put out there.
That's pretty good to know. So if someone is considering becoming a realtor, what should they know? Like, what's the hardest thing, and what would you say is the least stressful thing?
I would say the hardest thing. That's a good question.
Mm.
Um, I would say the hardest thing is finding time
Mm.
because some days I obviously work from home.
Mhm.
So some days I get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the house and being a mom and being a wife. And so time, and then also choosing the time to stop because because I work from home. Being an entrepreneur, you feel like you're always working, so I have to make sure I set time to be again present for my family and not being on the laptop till 11 o'clock at night. You know, I would say that was probably the most challenging thing. And the easiest thing I would say is, I guess, the relationships with my clients. I mean, that's just, I'm a people person, so that's easy for me. It can be challenging to find clients because you have to, again, be a people person. We also obviously have to be a hustler or have some get up and drive about you because it's a sale. So it's not actually coming to you. You have to go and get it. And so I would say you have to be dedicated because this isn't just a house, just a car that people are buying. It is a house, which is a huge, one of the largest investments and purchases that were made.
That is really good. I never saw being a realtor is like a person that essentially is in the field also of sales. Like people come to you because of your personality and you have to make them believe and trust, like, I can get it for you.
Yes.
Like, I can get it done.
I can get it done.
I can get it done. That's pretty amazing. So this is the next segment that our viewers love, love, love. This is where they get to know you a lot better.
Okay.
She does not know these questions. So we're going to get her unfiltered response.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see what they are. So the greatest entertainer of all time.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, what's the song you like?
All of them, but I mean, Love on Top. Yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah, Beyonce's pretty dope.
Halo. I mean, any song. Birthday.
Legend.
I mean, it's Beyonce.
She's a legend.
The whole 4 album. I mean, I could sing it for you here if you need me to.
But
I love me some Beyonce. That's really not my strong suit. I rather bear them, but I love some Beyonce. And also Michael Jackson. Obviously, he is a legend. He was also a good performer. But as far as my lifetime, people I've actually been able to see in person, I would go Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce.
Yeah.
Each time never disappoints.
Yes.
All right. Best book you ever read?
The best book I ever read. The Alchemist.
I've heard that more than once. What is that about?
It's about life and finding your purpose.
I have to check out The Alchemist. Who's the author?
I can't recall.
We're going to have to find out because I think I've heard that book more than once.
It's a good book. My
husband's read that book before.
It's good.
It's good. Does it come in audio? Because I don't like reading.
It does come in audio.
Thank you, God.
And you know what also is a really good book is Born a Crime. And it's by
Born a Crime?
It is by Noah. I cannot think of his last name, but he's like a comedian.
Yes.
Anyway.
Is Noah Trevor?
Yes, Trevor Noah. Yes,
Noah. Okay.
Him. It is his book is so. I did an audio book.
Yes.
It was the most funny book I've ever read or listened to. I mean, I was like cracking up the whole way.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's really, really, really good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Most delicious food you've ever tasted?
The most delicious food I've ever tasted would probably be. That's a difficult one. But I love Brussels sprouts. They're like my favorite veggie. Ooh. And there is this place in New Orleans called Bourbon House, and they have like Brussels sprouts, but they are like spicy and sweet. They are like perfection.
I recently just had some really good Brussels sprouts. I need to find out where she put do you do bacon?
Yeah, with bacon.
She put in syrup on there, and they
were
maple, really
maple
good.
Syrup.
I was
so good. I feel like Brussels sprouts for have been slept on. I feel like when I was 7 and 8, I never had Brussels sprouts, and all of a sudden I was 21. I was like, oh, all this time I've been missing out on Brussels sprouts.
They just remind me of little baby cabbages.
They're like little baby. That's exactly what they're like little baby cabbages.
Cabbage tastes like water a little bit.
Like what?
Water.
Water?
Yeah, but Brussels sprouts I think it's so condensed.
Yeah.
It feels like a flavor water to me.
I think it's also the way that cabbage are prepared. I feel like we boil cabbage, but no one's boiling Brussels sprouts. Like we kind of pan sear them or roast them.
Yeah. Because I have had, I think, seared cabbage, and it is better.
It is better.
So you are right. That is what it is. Dream vacation.
Okay, my dream vacation would probably be Bora Bora or the Maldives. I would like an over the water bungalow
All
with
right.
like glass floors, and I
Ooh.
would like you'd have to like take a little ferry boat to get to it.
Yes.
That's it.
You've thought this out.
I have. Like I'm ready. Like if you take me, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
It was for me the glass floors. Listen.
Yes, I want to see the glass floor. I want to see the fish.
The fish.
Swim. I want to see the fish.
I love this new era of, and I would say new because I think the social media has made us see it, of just Black women in luxury.
Oh yes.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, we
like,
are living lives of leisure.
We are
not
living it.
We are living lives of
it.
leisure.
I
yes.
love it. Dream car.
My dream car would probably be a G-Wagon. I would like it blacked out, black wheels, dark tint with red leather seats.
Oof.
Yeah.
Girl. So with you being a realtor, this is an interesting one. Best house you've ever walked in. You didn't have to sell it, but that you went in, you were like, my God.
The best house. That's a challenging one. There was one house that I went to an open house on. It was off of Walnut Grove. It was like between Walnut Grove and kind of by the hospital. And the house was like, it was great. They had vacuums in the floor. Like it was amazing. They had granite countertops. They had vaulted ceilings. They had a soaking tub. They had a pool. They had a jacuzzi. They had a sunroom. The only thing that was missing was a garden. I was like, I can see me right here. I need a garden.
You are a gardener.
I am a gardener. Yeah,
you are a gardener.
That's the only thing I needed was a garden.
Well, you could add that.
I know, but it was kind of heavily shaded. So I'm like, I had to cut some of these trees down to put my tomatoes. But still, I could handle that. I could take the house and have to, cut some trees down. I can handle that.
Do a little yard work.
Little yard
She
work.
could do it. So this is one of my favorite questions. I have to close my eyes because I'm imagining what I think you wear. You pulling up to an event. You're dressed to impress. Okay. What are you wearing?
I'm probably gonna go with a black dress.
Oh.
I feel like black is just timeless and it's slimming, so I'll at least look skinny. But I'll go with a black dress. Some cute strappy sandals, and I would probably go with a fun clutch though.
Ooh.
I want my clutch to be, a little glitzy, a little fun, be like a little pop of color.
Yes.
And I wear my hair up.
Hair it's
up.
The bun.
Yeah, it's a bun. Yeah.
This just sounds just gorgeous. Yeah. Ooh, I feel like the way a woman dresses, she can tell a lot about her. So I think with that question, some people surprise you with what they would wear. Some people I'm like, I could see that. So the next question is, who is your favorite person in the world?
In the whole world? Like there's
You can only pick one.
Okay, so I would say my favorite person in the whole world is my husband.
It better be.
He's my favorite husband.
Okay, why?
He's my favorite husband. He's my only husband. but he's definitely my favorite person.
It was the favorite husband for
my
me.
favorite husband, yeah.
Oh goodness. Best trip you've ever been on and why?
Oh, okay. That's a hard one as well. I would say my last trip we went to Cabo.
You just went?
Yeah.
You had a birthday?
Yeah. We went to Cabo and Vegas, and that was...
Y'all went at the same time?
We spent 4 days in Vegas.
Yes.
And then we flew from Vegas to Cabo.
How long?
We were in Cabo for 5 days.
So, baby, y'all had a 9-day vacation.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Woo!
But the sun in Cabo is like... I've been to other sunsets, but the sun there is just... I don't know. It just hits your skin. I don't know. I can't explain it. It is like I was just sunbathing, just basking in the sun.
Yes.
It was lovely. The water was cool. The people are really nice, really, really nice. And I ate a lot of tacos. Like I ate one day I probably had 12 tacos. 12. I know it's bad.
Were they mini or
they were like street tacos are small, but they were so good.
I bet they were.
I just couldn't. I had tacos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I had 3 to 4 per serving, but. You just can't have enough. I was on vacation. Those calories don't count.
They don't count.
They don't count. So,
I love it. I love just to hear about people traveling.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oof.
And I got to see the Grand Canyon, and it was beautiful. It was on my bucket list.
I love that. I love that. And you guys here as a realtor, she has a lot of that leisure, but they work hard. I know. Yes. When they are in the contract, they are out of commission. They are working. But I love that you traveled and work.
And I was working there because I had my laptop.
You had to work there. So
I was still,
That's a great reason to become a realtor. You can do it wherever too.
Yeah, you can work wherever.
I love that. Love that. So this is a fan favorite. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the show. This is called the footprint segment. So you're going to look into that camera.
Okay.
You have 1 minute or more to leave your mark on the world. And it can be a phrase, a life mantra, a scripture that you would say, just to let people know something that you would want to leave them with. So look into that camera and let them know.
Okay, I'm just going to leave you with scripture. I'm going to go with Jeremiah 29:11, which is my favorite scripture since probably middle school. But it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, for good hopes in the future." And I like that because it's letting you know that no matter what you're going through, that it's already worked out because God has good plans for you and that you're going to be okay. And God is good.
He is. He is. Well, I can't thank you enough, Michaela.
Thank you for inviting me.
coming. Of course. This is like so exciting just to see everyone around you blossoming. I know so many people are going to be reaching out to you regarding real estate and probably gardening as well. I thank you all for joining in and chilling with us and my special guest. Michaela is awesome. So make sure, how can they get in touch with you?
You can call me. My number is 901-598-9371. But you can also look me up on Facebook, Michaela Little, Instagram, Behind the Closings. Or get mine from Katara.
Listen, I have
Kitara.
all the numbers. I have all the
She
contacts.
has all the numbers.
I have all of it. So I pray that something we discussed sparked a big fire in you. She really encouraged me to hear that, hey, the market is tough, but your realtor is tougher. So start your journey if you're considering buying a home. Keep going, keep growing. There are more people that are for you than against you. And we just so happen to be 2 women that are for you and rooting for your success. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kitara Gray Show. And I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.